Wayne Morris. I'm alongside the one and only man from Hong Kong. It is the chicken foot of of Jenneth. Jenneth, how are you this evening? Looks like dreadful weather here in Portugal. I hope the weather's a bit better in Hong Kong.
It's same raining, very deep sea raining, but it's very really heavy rainings now in Portuguese. Today's Inter Racing League season 6, round 2, tier 3. Uh, Hope not much accidents happens today. All right, that is what we're looking for, and then
Let's hope the guys get some clean runs. Weather
yes,
forecast is to change in 10 minutes time, so we might get a drier track in approximately 10 minutes. So we might get the last a couple of minutes of a drying track. So maybe that's what the guys are hanging out for at the moment. There's a couple of guys on outlaps, of course. You've got Dan the racer. Always eager to get out of the box is Dan the racer.
yes. And then we have two Ferraris. My TP actually is one driving, and then my teammates is Trey Boss here, and then John Yacht in Mercedes, and also Vance in Mercedes as well. T Simon in Alfa Romeo, and with his teammates Don Wall, and then we have Racers in Alpine, and also Redback his teammate, and we have two McLarens, which is Freezers as well as Animal, and we have so it's China, the only Alpha Terrain driver for the time being. I think somebody will be jumping in after the qualify his teammate, and we have two Haas driver, Shake and also Woodrock. And what else are missing is Ben, Red Bull drivers, the only one man here nowadays, and William Testra and Isco. And Maureen Funters with J-Man in Aston Martin. Okay, so see what's going on. Is the head driver going to cross the track first, which is Shake Bob, and he will be the one. No, Aston Martin should be J-Man. Yep, he's the one who start hot lap. We like to. Yeah, go ahead.
First hot lap now, starting with J-Man as he points that Aston Martin in the direction of Lauder Corner. It's hard on the brakes, mounts the curb just ever so slightly, and then gets the car rotated around. Pointing. You can really see they're struggling for grip is J-Man in these tremendous full wet conditions. Of course, he set the first sector purple. He's the first driver out on a track lap, on a hot lap, and now as he heads down to this tricky section of the course.
Yeah, it's quite wet, and he run off the track for a couple of times already with J-Man, and see what's going on, and follow him should be the other head driver, which is Shake Back, and it's just around the corners of the sector 2, the hairpin, and then go up hills towards, and then Strong Dog will make the faster lap now, 133.5. Jumping in the P1, and Roland Funsters just finished his hot lap at 133.7.
One of the Ferraris is in the kitty litter. It's a Ferrari of Brazzaville, VSC Brazzaville. The team principal there is in the kitty litter down after a turn 3. So it's unfortunate for the Ferrari driver.
Yeah, J-Man's just finished his hot lap 131.5. Jumping in the provisional pole for the time being.
Yeah, so he's gone for a double push lap, which is, I find, always a favourable option. Put some extra fuel in the car. You can get a 2 to 3 good laps out of the wet tyre. So I like to do a full warm-up lap before I turn on my ERS, and then on the second full lap, open that ERS, and you will improve, and you'll have better tire pressures and tire temperatures to improve. So this is this FTR Vane reserve driver in tonight, is it?
Yes, I think so. Yes, sorry, I got to turn off the vibrations of my controller, otherwise just keep vibrating what I'm doing in the cam. Sorry about that one, and then I come back to you, and then you can keep doing the commentary for the time being.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see who else is on a lap. Let's jump on with VSC Parzival here. He's now coming around to finish a lap. I don't think he's been in the kiddie litter this time around, but it's certainly not a hot lap. So I think he's just starting his hot lap now. Let's see what his ERS is now at 70%. He's heading up to louder turn and gets on the brake. Uh, I've got the wrong. Why am I thinking of Austria? It's not Austria, it's Portugal. Of course, I'm absolutely on the wrong track and calling the wrong corner names. I've done my homework very wrong today.
What's
Thinking of that.
no
I
problem,
was
no problem.
I was thinking it was we were on the Austrian Red Bull track, and that's on Sunday, right? Not on Friday night. But this is even worse. These guys are having to do weather conditions around Portugal. Portugal's a tricky track as it is, but is now Parzival. He's coming down to what I call the roller coaster. Dips down and then goes back uphill, heavy on the brake. Want to get the car rotated around, possibly in third gear, then short shifting up to fourth. He's holding it there in third as he goes around this long sweeper of a turn. Gets it up to fourth, fifth, and then in sixth gear for the final turn. To the curb, trying to maximize the speed as he gets down and improves on his time and jumps up to P7. It's a decent lap. He's still got enough battery though to go for another lap. Has Parzival. Obviously, you're not getting up to that full throttle feel, and it's Parzival. Currently running in P7.
Okay, so where you are? Oh, sorry. No.
That's all. I was just on Parzival, but we can jump on anyone else if you want.
Is the McCullen's coming into the pit? Another McCullen's, who's that? Should be Fisas. Is that going to start his hot laps for the time being? Another McCullen's drivers, which is going down to the turn one, and then he is pretty good. It's not around the corner.
Oh, Trenna, we missed Trenna. Trenna's just jumped up into P1 there with a time of 1:30.1. And Wasdog. So this track seems to be improving now quickly. The rain has turned from stormy weather. It's now just light rain. A bit more sunshine to come out in the next 5 to 6 minutes, according to the weather forecast. We might see some inters before this race is finished. Of course, this weekend being a sprint round, we are here in the Austrian Alps, and Trenna gets in another fast lap. That's 2 in a row for Trenna, and he's now got into the 129.8. As I say, this track is evolving. We now have some runners at the back. They're still in the pits, but they've got those intermediate tires ready to go. So we've got Ersko and Ratbag still sitting in the pits, of course, but they've got those inters ready to go. Animal 69 also got the inters ready to fire up. So expect to see Trenna back in the pits, and probably everyone will be heading back to the pits shortly. 8 minutes left to go in this qualifying session. Where are we at the moment?
We have we are just in the camera with the J box and other Ferrari drivers just going down to the main straight and then ahead to the turn one, and he's now at the very cheeky off camber's corners, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, T3, T4, and then down into the DRS zone and then go into the hairpin. Of course, we don't have any the DRS may be already disabled. I don't know whether it's just disabled in the qualifier or not. I'm not sure, but it seems to be not. And then it's now up to the hill and then down into the sector 2 and see whether he can correct his time better. And it seems lots of the cars still out there for running for the time being. Is the provisional pole position is Tesla, and then in Haas drivers is in P2 and then Ben in the P3, Vance in the P4, and then another Haas driver Woodos in the P5 as well. And then seems Haas is in the P2 and 5 in the qualify. And then the Canberra still in the J Borg. Boss is welcome here. You feel alright or not? And why you're not driving?
All the way up to P3.
Yeah, the Street Boss jumps to P3.
Jerobot jumping there to P3, improved by, I think it was 2.7 seconds, improved his lap time by, he's still pushing for another hot lap. He's still got power in the battery, but I want to jump on with T. Salmons. T. Salmons could be our first guy out on the Inters.
Yeah.
If we could jump on board with T. Salmons, he's about to come around and start a lap. This should be interesting to see how he goes, see if he'll start to light up these sectors with some purple sector times. Of course, first one to get a lap out and anger with the Inter tires, but you can see there in the distance the clouds are getting lighter. So this track will be improving all the time. It'll be last man out on track. That's going to get the best track conditions. So you really want to be timing that last run as best as possible.
Yeah, this is now T. Simons into the exactly. He says the track is improving. Got the purple sectors in sector 1, and then it's just one the hairpin and then going up to the hill, and there is a shaky corners, a little bit right-hander, and then another very slow right-hander for him to cross it, and then it's just the highest points of the Portugal track in here, and then you're going downhill again, and then the coming down bit is a little bit cheeky as well. Some of the corner is all camber, off camber, and also very cheeky stuff to make that right-handers into the last hairpin, and then 2 more high-speed corner in the coming. And then he keep doing the purple sector in the sector 2 as well. And now he is running down to the main straight, see whether he can correct his time. It's the last corner he's going to approach, and it's just past the speed check.
Yeah, he's about to cross the line. This I think, will be a new pole sitter, and it is a 27.8. So those Inters, really a whole 2 seconds a lap quicker than those wet tires. But now you can see everyone is switching to the Inters. The only Haas driver there in the garage at the moment is Wasdog on the wet condition tire, and of course Rolling Thunder's been disqualified. Not sure what has happened him in qualifying, but he has unfortunately DSQ'd or
DSQ'd.
Yeah, he's DSQ'd, right? So that's not a DNF. So maybe he had a little spin and
the Canberra still slowing John Young. He's approaching to the final corners with the intermediate as well. Sorry, and then gone to the last corner, and then he make 2 sectors of the purples as well. And then he jumped into the final straight here, whether he can jump a little bit time in the P2, 138.84. Okay, yeah, still 1 second behind T. Simon. And then E-Scott, sorry, just finished his hot lap, 139.1.
Yeah, so that's a great lap there by Erskine to do a 129.1, but still more time in the tank. T. Salmons goes faster again. With his second run, of course, now doing a 127.165. So it's a new provisional pole. But we got Trenna now starting his lap, or sorry, finishing the first sector of his lap, first time out on the Inters. He's improved on his time already in sector 1 by a second. So could be looking for a very good time here from the AlphaTauri driver with the race number of number 8. He's currently got 55% left on his battery. So plenty of time for him as he comes up this little rising section. Gets over this low traction curb and around this sweeping right-hander, double right-hander, of course, into this low traction zone as he gets up to the top of what I call the roller coaster before they dip down and back up again they go. He's going to switch it to the right in 5th gear, down to 4th gear, low traction zone into 3rd gear. Try to hug the left-hand side of the track as much as possible as he comes around into the final sector, of course, sector 3. Again, another tricky traction zone on this track, and bang, there's a 126.4. That's a banger of a time from Banks. Let's see if Trenna can improve on this. See if he keeps. No, he's going to go for another lap. Otherwise, he might have cut that corner a little bit tighter. But there we go.
Trenna with P1.
Yeah, 125.94. As I say, this track will keep evolving. So it's going to be the last man out on track with pace. Of course, that's going to take pole here. Trenna, of course, will get around for another lap, but let's see what his battery's only on 9%. So he's up on his time nearly by 2/10. But I think unfortunately he's going to run out of battery before he gets to the end of this lap. Which camera are we? Who are we on with now?
Just some information from Funders who has the SQ disqualified in the qualifiers because he spin into the grass and then go into the wrong way, so that's why he disqualified in the qualifier. Yeah, that is the information.
Very unfortunate there for the Aston driver.
The camera's now in Isco.
On Erskine. So let's go, Erskine, about to start heat now. He's into back into the sheds. That's his qualifying finish. How about we get on with J-Man? J-Man's got some pace, of course, and this track is evolving. He's up 3/10 on his time as he comes into this last sector. He won't get another lap in, so this will be his final lap. I believe he's just gone purple in sector 2 as the J-Man, but now Trenna with another fastest lap. There's 3 in a row. Trenna throwing down his dominance, loving this wet weather. Maybe it's all that practice he's had with changing diapers and that he's liking the wet so much. But J-Man about to go across the line, jumps to P2, improves by 2/10, but not enough to take pole. Just currently on with Jerabot. So Jerabot's up on his time. So
Jerabot is now in the top. I think he's not enough batteries to finish this one in a very good pace. And the one behind him is has drivers in P14, Shakeback.
Shakeback, the old Captain Jack. Captain Jack previously.
Oh, Captain Jack, he's okay.
Yeah, used to be
P2.
P2 from the Captain Jack. Captain Jack has improved immensely on this game. He had changed his name to VSC Pablo for a little while, but he's now VSC Shakeback, previously the one and only Captain Jack, now currently in P2. And that looks like our qualifying session is done and dusted, with Trenna taking out pole position. VSC Shakeback in P2, J-Man relegated to P3. We got Bang then, I think, in P4. Then Jerabot in P5, Junkyard Dog P6.
Racers in P7?
Dan the Racer in P7. What was that? FTR then in P8, T Salmons P9, VSC Parzaville P10, Dom War in 11, Ersko 12, Ratbag 13. Tetris not having the best qualifying session down in P14. He had great confidence before the race and was expecting to be in the comms box after it. So let's see how he gets on. Frenzy there in P16. Animal Star in P P17 and Rolling Thunder, the last of the Aston Martins in P18. Wow, I need to catch my breath after that qualifying session in the wet. Of course, this weekend being a sprint round.
Yeah, thank you. This is very good reporting about the positions for the qualify and then the spins race is coming across now and see what's going on. Okay, it's come dry. The weather is a little bit cloudy, but it seems low rain is better for everybody seen here in the Spain race in Portugal. IRL racing this season 6-1-3 for the team.
Who had a wetter setup, of course, in qualifying. Who was carrying more wing, being able to carry more speed in the wet, and who was carrying less drag and less downforce for the race in conditions, which at the moment certainly look to be dry, but we've got 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and they're getting ready to go. They're being held up for a little bit, but it's trying to leads them away. Shake and Bake doesn't want to let him go and is stuck to the inside. Shake and Bake might get the better turn in here, but he doesn't. Hits the curb a little bit, and then Shake and Bake has a bit of a tail waggle and a shake, and is relegated all the way down to P16. Dreadful start there from Shake and Bake from P2 all the way down to P16 within 2 corners, but it was very respectful re-entry from him after colliding with the curb on the very first corner. And then we have a Williams off of Erskine in the background, but Trenna trying to break this DRS zone very quickly with J-Man hot in the chase. And they've already broke away from Dan the Racer, so if they're smart, the 2 of them will work together now and not fight and be able to pull away from this pack. Tire-wise, what have we started on?
So Trainers is now in soft and J-Man in soft in the P2 and Ben in the P3 as a soft as well. And Vance in the Mercedes driver in soft as well, and Dre Boss is Ferrari driver in soft. And the other way one down to Simon's, Yas and Razors is down to medium, and then Testra go to soft, and then just see J-Man's pass these Chainas, and then they're side by side into turn 1 and 2 as well. And then J-Man still have the inside line, but I think Chainas get the outside and then take the inside again, and then go back to the outside in the other so.
Looked like Trenna was able to carry a little bit more speed through that turn 3 and on into 4, and very respectful racing, wheel-to-wheel racing there from the 2 of them. Managed to give each other just enough space to keep their cars on track. But yeah, these guys wouldn't want to be fighting too much. That little bit of fighting they did has brought Bang back in on top of them. So as I was saying, the 2 of them should work together, try to pull away. Don't fight so hard in these early sectors. The race is not won on lap 1. It's in this case it's sprint round, so it's won on lap 11. Got to break away from the pack before you win a race. Trenna now opening that gap almost to a second. It's J-Man going to be under pressure now soon from Bang the Racer, and that's the reserve Mercedes driver now taking the fastest lap of the race so far. DRS is now being enabled, of course, but very hot racing here from P2 down to P4. A little bit of a break then back to Jerobot and T Salmon. So another 4-car battle happening from P5 down to P9 with Tetris on the back of them.
Yeah, you can see some battles at the midfields is Puzzles and also Racers and Bulldogs. They are side by side into field corners already, and then now the Ferrari's TPs jumped into the P line. And then we can jump in front of J-Man still for Testra in the P2, and then it's just round the corners up to the hill, what we call the roller coaster, isn't it? And then
roller coaster.
Yeah, it's into
difference.
The big dips is in the actual field of this F1 track, and some of the drivers said that he cannot see the cars at the front at the top hill, and it's very dangerous driving in this stuff. And anyway, it's now J-Mans is close to the trailer and try to make the drop down, take it inside, see whether he can do it. And yes, he did it in the T1. And then Testra still follow him very quickly in the T2, P2. And Ben is just follow him in the P3. And so that's why Vance is in the P4. And then Jerry is now getting closest to Vance for the behind the Mercedes. And then you can see T. Simons just slow down a little bit. I don't know what happens here, and maybe talk about the soft tire and also the medium tires difference between the sprint racing for the time being. And then Testra, the guys who comfortable. This is confidence to be the one of the post position, and then he won't like to jump into the interview. But at the end of the day, now he's still in the P7. And she tries to make a more aggressive move and see what's going on here. Randy.
Yeah, indeed, some great racing going on here, and could be who knows, T. Salmons could be hot to trot at the end of this race for a podium. Opting for the medium tyre, of course, going to be that little bit slower at the beginning of the race, being the medium compound tyre. Those tyres will come to him while the soft tyres will be wearing. For comparison, some of the soft runners, their tyres are already on 18%, and while the mediums are just approaching 13%. Just to give you a comparison of what some of the drivers' tyres wear could be like at the moment.
Yes, sorry that I can just see another J-Man's teammates is rolling first. He's now slow down a little bit, and then it seems to be a little bit problem about him. See what's going on. He let me know, and then there's something battle in the midfield again. Red Bat just passed Shaky Bounce, and then there's a yellow setters. What's going on? And it's an Escort. No, who's that? Nobody happens here, but just see the yellow flag. Maybe somebody's out of the track. And you can see Rudolph, who is flashing light at his back already. I think he's drained off his ERS, his battery, for the 5 laps of the 11s already. And then you can jump back to the front row, J-Mans, Testra, and Ben. And also Wednesday and also Jerry Box, Ferrari drivers, they are battling for the P1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see Wednesday's Ferrari drivers, McLaren, oh my god. Mercedes drivers just passed the Red Bull drivers, Vance jumped into P3 and Jerry Box.
Getting in the mix there. There's definitely some paint being traded there between those.
Sorry, 3 seconds for Vancy. Keep going.
Vancy's now picked up that 3-second penalty, of course. We've got 3 drivers at the moment with 3 seconds. So we got Vancy, Shake a Bake having a shaking time at the back of the grid and picking up a 3-second penalty also, and Animal 69 also on a 3-second penalty. But J-Man looking very comfortable now out in the lead, half a second lead over Trenna. These guys have managed to break the DRS zone behind them, so to continue to work together and try to open that gap up so they're not in threat from behind, and then they can start racing each other that little bit more for the last couple of laps when it all counts, of course.
Yeah, so now Jerry Bott is getting closest by Ben in the P5, and in the main stretch, see whether Ben can do something here. And I think the ERS is burned almost down to 6% already, and Jerry Bott still keeping 13, and the T. Simon got 3 seconds.
Oh, that's dreadful for T. Salmons, and he was just moving up some places as well. Those medium compound tyres obviously starting to become the better tyre on track at the moment.
Sorry, some information for John Bob, and then he dropped down into the grass, and then he's spinning around and then down to the P15. Sorry, buddy.
That's okay. It's all good. Unfortunate there for Jerabot, just on T Salmons at the moment. So he's rear tires currently sitting on a 20% versus the soft runners. Obviously, running a little bit higher there now on 30, on an average of 30% on tire wear. So these guys in front of T Salmons will now be struggling that little bit for grip, where he'll have that little bit more, but that 3-second penalty is really going to hurt him.
Yeah, exactly. It is Testra just another 3.5 seconds behind T Simon and also Ben for the Williams drivers, and then is see this view from the broadcast is almost a quarters of the straight line. Main straight in what is the traffic hour 3 seconds, and then Wutos try to make down, and then Passos take the inside, and then Passos jump to the P8, and Janyak another 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane.
Oh no, not the speed.
Just see around. The Ferrari has been pushed by the Wutos. It's under the streaming, and actually it's recorded
as well. He's so it was VSC Shake and Bake and VSC Parzival.
No, should be Wutos pushing VSC Puzzle.
Was it Wasdog? I thought it was the VSC Shake and Bake. I thought there was going to be trouble in the VSC camps tonight after, but apparently it was Wasdog. So, but we'll leave that up to the stewards. Of course, nothing to do with us commentators. We're just commentating on what we see at the time. But yeah, Wasdog now all over the back of Erskine, gets a tighter line in through that turn. Does Wasdog, but now he's on the outside. He's able to carry that a little bit more speed as they come around this tight sweeper around the final turn onto the start-finish straight. Will be Wasdog leading Erskine, but Erskine gets the draft, and then the Alpine of
three cars side by side.
Three cars into turn one, and here comes Shake and Bake going to join them in the background, of course, with Dom Moore, the American in the Alfa Romeo in P12 now, catching up with these guys, battling just in front of them as well. So it's this medium tire pack from P8 down to
P12, 13, yes.
P12, yeah, 13 is kind of there or thereabouts, but of course down the racer, we know he can be racingly fast, sometimes racingly edgy, but looks like a great battle out the front. Of course, these Trenna and J-Man been battling all the way. Trenna sitting there comfortably behind J-Man at the moment, possibly reserving his battery for a late move. But yeah, very interesting battle going on there at the moment.
Yeah, for the exactly the winners for the spin racings, and then Chaylas is just follows J-Man. I think he can make the job done here in the DRS zone, see whether he can do it or not. No, is not carry enough speed, and then down into the hairpin, and then still after J-Man, but J-Man's battery compared with the Testra's battery 46%, it seems to be a long ways that Chaylas can do more things in the coming 2 laps.
Yeah, two laps of racing to go, and
East Coast has been go wide, and then Wutos just passing jump to the P8, and which is the points that East Coast, and another 3 seconds is going to the gravel. There's so many penalty seconds here. You can go for a little bit here, and then Wang's got 3 seconds. Ben got 3 seconds, T Simons got 3 seconds, Redback's got 3 seconds, Shaker Bakes has got 3 seconds, he's got 3 seconds, and John Yas got 5 seconds speeding, and Animal got 3 seconds, so we can jump
These guys now starting their last lap, and Trenna moves to the outside. He has a DRS plus that extra battery to get that moved on comfortably into turn 1 as they head now into turn 3. J-Man right up the rear of Trenna as they go around this tricky turn 4 onto a small DRS zone. Doesn't really give you that passing opportunity, but it allows you to put that little bit more pressure on the back of the leading car as they now head uphill up into the first of the dippers in this roller coaster of a track. It is Trenna leading the way from J-Man as Trenna dives downhill like a fighter, making a bombing raid dive over that hill as they'll plunge downhill for the last time before they go back up again into this low traction zone. Can Trenna get the traction out of the corner? And he seems to have. He's managed to hold this lead. It's been quite a commanding race for Trenna as he comes around the final turn now to take the win. It will be a win for the
AlphaTauri.
AlphaTauri driver of Trenna, followed by J-Man there.
Jerry Bob, Ferrari, and then when seeing the Mercedes drivers in the P5 and P5 is Ben, and then Tesla P6 got some points, and T Simons P7, and then Woodard since P8. Don Walsh jumped to the P9, and then racers in P10, processors in P11, Redback in P12, Shaky Back in Haas driver in the which is Captain Jack in the P13, racers in P14, and East Coast in P15. Jay Yards is just Coastal 9 is in the P16. And Animal in the P17 is not finished yet. It's one lap, almost one lap been lapped already, and Rora's Fronters in the P18. And then they're going to finish the race in the coming few seconds.
Just these last two drivers, of course, to cross the line. That's Animal and Rolling Thunder. But what a race we've just witnessed here in Portimão, Portugal. It's a track I actually like. What about yourself?
Yes, I pretty like this track is because it's very congested and very short one, and then you can do a lot of things. Depends on whether you can save a lot of the ERS enough to pass the car in front of you, and also whether the tractions for some of the racings, and you can pass through the corners and get enough speed like something. Okay, let me go through the grips once again. It's Chancellors in the P1s and J-Man P2, Dre Report in P3 in Ferrari, and Vance in P4 Mercedes drivers. Ben and I keep rolling down because we have to record these ones in the streaming. And then we have Tesla in the P6 and T-Summon P7 and PX is Rudo.
I got some screenshots for the Battle Cat.
Thank you.
We'll certainly get them up after the race. We also have a racing league tools is working well in the background as well. So he'll have all that data on hand, but we always like to back it up with some photographs. Photographic evidence is on the way for the Battle Cat as soon as the race ends. Hope you're all having a great night, Friday night out in Twitchland. These guys are now adjusting their tire pressures and selecting tires for the race. Looks like I'm not sure who's in the first Red Bull garage, but looks like he's going for a set of mediums there in the Red Bull, and also first Ferrari in that 07 garage there at the moment. Of course, they could always change that before the start of the race, but if you get a little peek into the garage, you can see what the guys look to be going for. So we got 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 5 red lights, and we're pausing. And we're off and running. Is J-Man, Trenna, obviously leading the way from J-Man into turn 1. Very tricky turn 1 here, especially when you're on the outside. But Looks like Trena's navigated that well. These two pairing seem to be at the same pace. They'll be looking to pull away.
When spin away, pushing by somebody and then into the grass. Okay, keep going.
Yes, as Tetris looks to get caught up in that. He's now dropped 2.1 seconds off that pack, but back up to Trina and J-Man, of course. These two will be looking to pull away early again as J-Man is burning on the battery to try and stay in contention with Trina. Obviously, these guys will be looking to pull away from the pack. Bang! Would love to hang with them and wants to get in that party, of course. He wants to make that a two-way menage a trois into a menage a trois. Let's see if that Red Bull driver can do that. We know the team captain and TP of Timmy. Timmy loves to get involved in the menage a trois. So let's see if we can get some close racing. But another little pack forming then behind Bang, of course, is T. Salmons, a very fast driver there, currently in P4, and Jerabot following him close behind in P5. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, and maybe we can go through some tire strategies for the time being, and then FH tire strategy, soft, medium, hard. He even have two cars. He's running his hard compound, and then actually from P1 to P7 and P8 is just sticking to each other. Soft, medium, medium, hard, medium, soft, medium, soft. Anyway, just go through it already. And then we have T. Simons is already 0.7 second ahead straight ball, and then Ben's just rolled by him for 1.1 seconds. So both T1 and P1 and P2's driver already pull away for 1 second, and Vance got 3 seconds after 2 laps.
After 2 laps, he's pushing way too hard. Is that McLaren driver? But he's had a drive. He must have got caught up in that excursion off the start, because he would have started, of course, in P5, I thought, P4 or P5, so he's down possibly 10 spots, is it?
Yes, exactly. He's pushing in the turn 1, lap 1 by somebody's at the back, and I cannot see who is that, but actually some incidents will be happens here, and then maybe the server is going to be investigate about what happens in the turn 1 T1.
Yeah, so it must have been coming together between Vainsy there and Tetris in the Williams. Vainsy down 11 spots, Tetris down 10 spots. So you can only imagine those two have had a coming together on that first lap. So unfortunate for them. They'll be hoping a safety car might come into play, or them being on I think both of them are on the soft compound of tyre. Maybe their tyre strategy will bring them back into this race, but looks like Trina is now making moves and pulling away from J-Man. Trina starting on the soft compound tyre, of course, versus J-Man's medium compound tyre. So Trina's tyres will be the fastest tyre on the track at this very minute. Currently he's really conserving that battery as well, sitting on 80% at the moment is Trina, versus J-Man. J-Man's been a little bit heavier on the button, trying to stay in touch with that soft runner in front of him, of course, but you just got to allow the race to come to you sometimes, and as I found out last night, not push too hard too early, because if you do, you can overheat those tyres and you will be going and spinning. So J-Man is here for a game of chess and not a game of checkers. But some great, have been witnessing some great racing here tonight. But I think the battle is now between P4 and P5 at the moment. T. Salmons and Jerobot.
Yes, it's actually something happens at the midfield as well. Is in P9, 10, 11, and 12. 13 evens there's under the DRS chain, and then the TPs of the Ferraris is sitting in the P10, and then Red Bats in the P9, and then they keep each other's freezers go very close to the Ferraris driver at the fun, and then down into the hairpin, and then down into the last two corners into the main straight. And this is the battlefield. What we can have a look in here, and you have a Zhang in the Mercedes drivers in the, and sorry, Jerry Boss just passed T Simon in the main straight. And you can see Shaggy Barnes is just past Don Wall in the P7, and then Puzzles in P9, 10, 11, and 12 is keep changing their position, and then just got side by side.
Sorry, I just watched the Alpine of Ratbag go airborne over that first turn corner. He got really airborne, and luckily that I think it was the driver of Frenzy. I think lucky he had the halo. Otherwise, for what happened on my screen, we might be down a driver. So thank God we've got the halo there to protect these VR racing drivers.
Yeah, now Captain Jess got 3 seconds penalty. He is now in the P7.
I heard Captain Jack likes to cut the grass quite a bit, so it looks like he's been cutting the grass a little bit too much here at Portimao, and it was picked up that 3-second penalty. Very unfortunate. Only 5 laps into the race, so he's gonna have to really be careful now and keep his head about him. But he's got Dunmore behind him. Dunmore lost over half a second on the last lap alone, but looks like Dunmore's back on the charge this time around. And Dunmore only 0.2 seconds behind in that last lap time is Dunmore from Shagan Bay.
Yeah, and there's a couple changing of the position between Isco and the Ferrari's team principals, Brussels in P11 and P12. And actually, the midfield splattering is quite harsh in here, and then we have 6 cars packed together, and including Jen Yachts and Messi and 2 teammates each other together, and also Testra in the P15. And then Daniel Starr says something is checking the Discord soon. Okay, thank you very much. I don't know what he's talking about. And
I'll go. You concentrate on the camera, and I'll go check on Discord.
Okay, all right. And we can skip the journalist in the P1, and J-Man is already 1.6 seconds, and then Ben is 1.2 seconds behind him, and then Jerry Bott in the P4, 1 second, and also T Simon in the P5, and almost is another 1 second, and 2 Hess driver is come together. Maybe they can working side by side with each other, and then Donwar, another Alfa Romeo driver, and there's some movement in the P12 and P13. This Scott has been passed by John Yak in the main straight again, and then there's a midfield battles in the midfield as well, and you can fish freezers, just throw red bat very closely and into the DRS zone, see whether he can make the job done inside. Yes, he did. He took the inside, and the red bat let him go. And Brussels in the P11 keep chasing the guys in front of him for another battle, because in the P1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is already pulled away for about 1 second each other. So the most exciting battlefields is now still doing in the junkyard in the P12, falling closest to the Ferrari's team principal in here, and see whether he can make the job done in the coming corner. And Mancy jumped into the P14 and follow East Coast by half second. And actually, yeah, the midfield from P9 down to the P15, and you can see Red Bat past Fisas inside, and then he make the drop down in the turn 1. Oh, he run wide, 2 cars together. That should be a warning, I believe. And then Brussels in the P3. Sorry, P11s.
I can't see what.
Oh, there's a touch. between Hustles and Redback. Sorry, what's that, buddy?
Yeah, I can't see what Daniel Star could be talking about in the chat, asking us to have a look at Discord, but can't see anything.
Is there some
Anything
problem
there that
about
we
our
could...
streaming or something?
No, I don't believe so. And then I've just checked streaming sound. Both our mics are working. Game sound is working. So, Daniel's there. Let us know. Let us know here in Twitch comments what that may be about and what we can help you with, if anything.
Yeah, exactly. This is what happens now. Head drivers go get together, and then Shaky Banks just let Woodos to pass, and then I don't have any LP in Discord. Never mind. They're talking each other. Anyway.
Up to you, Buster.
Thank you very much, Buster. We are working on what this guy talking about Daniel Star, and then I see some cars run around. No, okay, down wall into the PV, and two Haas drivers just really work together. They changed the position a couple of times, and then they're running about the DRS. Yes.
Yeah, trying to
Buster, thank you very much. And yeah, the Haas driver. I'm now in the team of the Haas. Actually, they work very well, and then in between is 2 seconds, behind is 2 seconds, so they work together and then make it very faster. Don't worry, Janet, you have a Ferrari chat in A. Thank you very much. I'm Ferrari. All the way down is Ferrari. No more Ferrari except another lead in Rush. Sorry.
Don't the league that's not to be mentioned.
Alright, don't worry. I will be fired after this one. Yes.
No, it's okay. It's okay. They got nobody to replace us. We can say whatever we like. But Trenna now in the lead, 9 laps on these soft tire compound is Trenna. He's got a nice lead of 1.8 seconds, of course, over J-Man running there on the medium tire. But I suspect we'll see Trenna into the pits in the next couple of laps. Those soft compound tire coming to the end of their racing life, of course. He could go a lot further, but would be risking possible puncture if you push them over the 60%. Not that he's there yet, but J-Man looking a bit more comfortable with tire wear at the moment. He's only currently 10% down with only 30% tire wear at the moment compared to Trenna, the leader of this race.
Yes, you can see the data that is good. And have you tried to make your tire being punched at the end of the race or something? Have you?
Yeah, I've had a puncture before. I think it was at Jeddah, not last season, the season before.
Yes. How many percentage is that tire already? 70%?
80.
80 already 80. Puncture. Okay.
Yeah.
Soft or medium?
So, I think it was a medium tire compound.
I see.
They can. They don't always, but they can up from 70 to 80%.
Yeah. I try to run up to 70% and that's still okay. So I keep doing at the end of the last races. So it's also I cannot remember. It should be in Jeddah as well. I think so. Yeah, Jeddah is very marginal about the tire wear. So that's why we are running this way. Yes.
Well, yeah, be interesting to see when Trenna, of course, pulls the pin on his first and possibly only pit stop. Of course,
sorry, some accident behind. Puzzle J-Yard. Wow, they're still on the gravel.
Yeah, Puzzle's got front wing damage there, invisible.
Yes, the end plate,
missing the end plates there, unfortunately, for the Ferrari driver. Parzel will be into the pits on his soft tires. Soft tires are currently approaching the end of their what I call their racing life. He hasn't hit the 50% yet, but his rear left is on 43 and his rear right is on 41. on the tyre wear percentage, as we will see him shortly coming into the pits. But who's racing out there? I think there's a battle going between Jerobot and Bang at the moment. Jerobot and Bang both running these soft compound tyres. Neither of them are sharing data, so I'm not sure what their battery percentages or their tyre wear would be, but I would imagine that they'd both be in the 40% there on their tyre wear, of course.
Yes, and we can see Tesla in the Williams drivers finally in the P10 after a couple of laps battering, and then we have Batman. Thank you. Couples of go in the campus. Yes, a lot of the people is really interesting to look at the streaming. Here's Wallis and Jennifer. They are very interesting to hear our voice in the Tier 1. Sorry, it's a racing like Tier 3. Anyway, my camera is still on this Tesla, alright? And he's the guy.
Tetris, back to Tetris. He's coming into this sector 3, that last uphill section, of course. As he now enters the double right-hander, and then onto a little straight before they get around this final sweeper onto the start-finish straight. A pit window has just opened for most of these soft runner drivers, and pit window is lap 13
don't walk into pit.
Lap 16. So these guys will be looking for the pits anytime soon. And Donmore, the first soft runner to pull that pin, he's in the pits. He's got a 2.2 second pit stop. Let's see how long it takes him to get out of the pits. Is Donmore? He's about to come out of the pits now, and is a. It can't be right.
22?
Came up, yeah, it's 22 second pit stop. Yep. And I think it was a 2.2 stop, but a total of 22 seconds in the pit lane, stopping and back out. So very interesting. J-Man now looks like Trenna has worn those soft compounds down, and Trenna will be looking to make a pit stop. His pit window is certainly open now at lap 14 to lap 16, but J-Man now has the better tyre on track at this moment and time, and it looks like he's going to try and put it to use. He's closed that gap down for 2.8 seconds now, just to 1 second.
You score, spin.
Let's go, spinning there in the background, but there's about to be a battle happening up here in P1 and P2 of Trenna and J-Man. Let's see if they can battle on track, or will Trenna now dive into the pits on those worn soft compound tyres of his in the front. He's approaching a 60% mark there on his tyre wear, so he could be into the pits anytime soon.
Okay, so you see the Tesla has got 60%. I believe he is going to jump into the pit very soon. And then J-Man is getting closest to him. He's got close to 1 second. Previously is around 1.6 seconds. And then if he cuts into the lap, it's just Wences and Tesla and Yak into the pit, already changed to the hard compound. And I'm keep my eyes on our eyes on Tesla. Sorry, China. He's running the final corner. Second final corners, and then down into the main straight, see whether he will be jumping into a pit.
Again.
Yeah, he goes again, and J-Man still pull away in the ERS on.
Yeah.
J-Man's trying to make it
open.
And then one into the T1, T2, and T3, and then another DRS also. Let's see what's going on, buddy.
Yeah, it's J-Man now, obviously in that DRS activation zone, being in 1 second gap of Trenna in front of him, but not enough DRS action happening on that little straight just to give you the power to pass, just gives you the power to close that gap a little bit more as you play that game of chess, going around this tricky double right-hander before you dive up the hill and back down the hill as they come over like jet fighters, down into the dip and back up again before they plunge down for the final time. of this lap. But will Trenna stay out this time, or will we see a position change on track for the J-Man?
Yeah, we can go through some positional change about what's going on, but see whether they will going to into the pit now or not. That is very interesting stuff. Yeah,
Trenna's
both of them? No, 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 J-Man only.
J-Man fakes the going into the pit, or is he just focused on getting that draft off Trenna as much as possible? But J-Man stays out, of course, on his medium compound tire. Wonder what tire Trenna will put on. So Trenna's gone soft to medium. Has Trenna. So Trenna's hoping now to possibly go to the end of this race on this medium compound tire. He comes out of the pits. See it a 22-second pit lap time, but he's come back out in P4 and in some clean air as well. So it's very good for Trenna. J-Man obviously staying out on that medium compound tire. He's not
yeah, again accidents. I guess
more accidents and more yellow flags happening in the background. Looks like
Captain Jack. Yes.
Jack's he's got to stop shaking that car and keep it on track. Maybe he'll have to change his name again to something that's not shaking.
No, don't shake. Yes, just keep consistent. Don't shake.
Yeah, some interesting data here for you. Erskine has got the fastest Sector 1 time. Trenna's fastest in Sector 2. And Bang is fastest in Sector 3.
Whoa.
Just some interesting
thank you.
Data there to share with you.
Yeah, thank you very much about this data. It seems to be really Bang is called, and who's that in the Sector 1?
Sector 1 is Erskine in the
Williams. Okay. William, alright.
Trenna in Sector 2 and Bang in Sector 3.
Alright. Trenna in Sector 2. Alright, see what's going on here.
So Trenna, possibly, that would suggest to me that Trenna is carrying more downforce, right? You need that downforce in Sector 2. And Sector 1 is about lower wings. And Sector 3 is a good average setup that's fast in both straights and the twisty stuff, of course.
Yes, and so J-Man is running 16, 17 laps of this medium C. I think it's just the right times to come in or not, I don't know. So Jerry Bock now in the provisional P3, I think, is after J-Man's come in, I think still behind. And of course, China's is in the P2. And Animals got another 3 seconds penalty, and then that is the purple sectors for China's in the Sector 2 exactly. It just happened in purple sectors, China.
Yeah, so Trenna still pumping out the fast laps there, of course, in Sector 2. He's now 21 seconds behind the leader. So he'll come, if J-Man pits now, Trenna will come out 1 second ahead of him on track. So Trenna going for the undercut. Let's see if J-Man can go for
Jerry Bock got fastest lap, 1:20.1.
Yeah, he's got the fastest lap, but he hasn't got a fastest sector. So
alright, so consistent. Some happen.
Yeah,
some yellow flag
over the whole track, but not fastest in any particular sector, which is quite interesting, of course.
Yeah, Ben just passed Red Bat. Red Bat is still locked in the pit yet, and then Ben in hard compounds passed through the medium compound for 17 laps, and J-Man still stay out or not? Not sure. Let's check what's going on.
J-Man now, those rears now reaching that 60% tire wear on the rears, of course, and he hasn't elected to pit, and he's not pitting on this lap either. He's going long. Maybe he's hoping to go to the soft tire for the end of this race and wants to get that 21 laps in, of course. I'm not sure. Let me check the weather says no rain to come. I thought I seen some drops of rain there in the background.
Are you sure? Let me have T. Simon's Bob Cramber checking whether any water's coming when it drops. Uh,
I think it's
no, I'm still checking. Maybe it is raining, so that's why everybody stay out for a very long thing.
the weather. That's the weather forecast says it's overcast with 23% chance of rain for the next 10 minutes.
Interesting.
It's supposed to, and then in the next 15 minutes, the rain goes down to 16%.
Yeah, it's still good.
From now
It's still good. No
is
wind for the whole
more
track.
sunshine.
Possible is if talking about 23%, 20 to 30% rate, for wing drop will be fun.
And race leaders into the pits.
Yeah, J-Man in the pit.
J-Man in the pits. So Trenna will possibly is basically our net leader, right? Because you have T Salmons yet to go past J-Man, of course. T Salmons is in the pits also. Watchdog in the pits. So Trenna will take the lead of this race again. Let's see what kind of gap he has as he comes out.
Not even after J-Bot, no, Jerry-Bot, no, okay, still in the P2, no, very close, very close.
6 seconds.
6 seconds, yes.
Yeah, Trenna's been able to open that gap.
But Jerry-Bot is getting very close to J-Man then, now.
Yeah, and Jerry-Bot pitted earlier as well and went to those medium tires earlier. Now sitting in third place and was able to jump, I think, Bang and possibly T Salmons in that pit stop for Jerry-Bot. J-Man now sitting in second place. He is on the faster compound, of course. It's usually second between, I think, a second or just over a second between each compound. So he'll be looking to hop in the fastest laps now as he goes purple in sector 2. So it's purple sector 2 for the J-Man. This will be his first lap, so it won't be the fastest lap on this time around. But I do expect to see the fastest lap of Shake and Bake's been in the kiddie litter again, it seems, and has picked up another 3 seconds.
Total 6 seconds. Total 6 seconds of Kevin Jet already.
Yeah, 6 seconds penalties. Battlecat won't be happy if he keeps playing. If Shake and Bake keeps playing in the kiddie litter, the Battlecat will be angry and will be handing out penalties galore. Don't play with Battlecat's kiddie litter. So Dono is in the comments. Let's go, J-Man. That's right. Rolling Thunder. We haven't given Rolling Thunder, of course, any much coverage, but he's sitting there in P17 at the moment. Let's hope he can make some ground on those hard compound tires and catch Parzival and Frenzy in front of him, and at least bring that Aston Martin home in the points for the overall chip. It really counts.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder is now in P17 and also Animal in P18, and they have to be working more hard. It's already one lap car or not for Animal. I'm not sure, but not really.
Animal has to be down one lap, right?
I see.
121 behind, minute 21 seconds behind. But Trenna still leading this race, but. Look at that already. J-Man now sets the fastest lap. When he came out of the pits, he was 6 seconds behind Trenna. He's now only 3.7 seconds behind, so he's closed that gap by 3 seconds within a
2 laps
lap and a push lap.
Yeah, so 2 laps only.
Soft compound tire. He's going to be cranking out these fast laps. Let's go, J-Man, says Dono in the chat.
Yeah, but China is going to be more patient and about the tie, and then because you can see J-Man have to run his tie for another 11 lap. So that is the problem. Is the ERS is going to be burned a lot by J-Man already, and Tesla, China is going to save his ERS to. Defend his attack on Jerry-Bot. Another yellow flag. What's going on in his Haas?
Now Jerry-Man be able to see that AlphaTauri diving over the hills in front of him, and will be soon back in vision. The gap is down to 2.7 seconds, so another second a lap taken out of that one. Let's see comparable lap times, and this is just the last lap as they both get across the line. So Trina had a lap time of 120.5, where J-Man would have had a 119.3.
Oh, 1.2 seconds.
So 1.2 seconds a lap quicker is the J-Man at this stage of the race. But as you said, will that tire wear be there to allow him to battle and hold on to that position?
Exactly.
In a couple more laps. Trina's certainly been conserving the battery. So let's see what these guys can do. Will they play the game of chess, or are they playing checkers, as many a commentator would say?
Yeah, exactly. J-Man is now 1.5 seconds behind the AlphaTauri drivers already, and then he keep pushing himself for only 3 laps time, and then he already gained 5 seconds on even 6 seconds.
Yeah, maybe the next lap he'll be within DRS for the whole lap. He'll just miss out on it. I think this lap. Will he get in there? No, I think he's just out of it. I don't think he'll get the DRS activated this time around. But
is that? Yeah, no, DRS on, DRS on.
Oh, he's in.
Yeah, he's in.
He's in. He's in, but he's already flashing. Let's see if he can get that beautiful, shiny Aston Martin past that dull AlphaTauri in front of him. Of course, the AlphaTauri team is no longer, and is now the Red Bull Visa Cash app.
Oh, sorry, take him already.
Charging Raging Bulls, and Aston Martin now takes the lead of this race. See if J-Man can now pull away, or will.
He's got 3 seconds.
Briscoe on 3-second penalty. Bang is now, of course, out of podium contention. I feel for this race. He's 12 seconds behind the leaders, 4 odd seconds behind Jerome.
Yeah, you should see the soft compound is very powerful in this track, you see. So that's why it's I think it's a C0 compound in this track. C0 for the soft.
So it's the harder of the soft compound, right?
Oh yes.
So it's more like a medium compound on a soft compound. That's why the guys are able to run it up to lap 14, lap 15. Where if it was the C3, is the next one, is a lot softer and wears down a lot quicker.
Okay, there's some battles between Captain Chat, Battle Chat and Vancy in the P6, and then P6 is going to be paced by Vancy's passing Captain Jack, and then 2 Haas drivers getting together again.
2 Haas drivers, see if they can work together again. Worked very well to their advantage last time around, of course. The Haas drivers are able to manage to work well in the DRS zones, trading places, making the maximum out of each of those cars. But shake and bake, been in that kitty litter too many times, of course carrying that 6-second penalty, which is going to hurt them, and it would relegate them at the moment. If they were to cross the line right now, we'd be down possibly. I'd be down 1 position.
1 position, yes, only 1 position.
But yeah.
Because
Tetris be looking to take that 1 position off him. Of course, Tetris had confidence he'd be in the combox at the end of this race and session, but unfortunately at the moment looks very unlikely. But of course, you never know; anything can happen.
T. Simons passed Ben in the T1.
Wow, what tires are the guys all running now? Of course, T. Simons also opting for the fast compound tire at the end of this race. He'll be charging. He'll be trying to pull in Jerabot now if he can break away and and not have to defend too much against Bang behind him on the hard compound tyre, of course. Has Bang pitted yet? He has. Of course he has. So Bang pitted from a soft to a hard tyre. He's on 11 laps on that hard tyre. I got a little bit of a fright there for a second. Thought Bang he hadn't pitted yet, but of course he has. Gone to the end on that hard compound tyre.
Yes, exactly. It's since the soft compounds is really powerful in this track. You see, J-Man just finished 7 laps and then pull away around 9 seconds. I don't believe he calculated wrongly.
Yeah, so he was let's call it 0.3 of a second faster on that last particular lap on Trenna, but he's been able to pull that gap out now to 2.2 seconds.
Sorry, who's that happened? Passo into the wall. Oh no.
Oh no, it's really bad for the Ferrari TP. Things not going his way in Portugal. So the Italians not happy to be up north in the Portuguese states of Portimao, up in these mountains of Portimao, of course. Beautiful scenery in the background, but things not going the Ferrari's way. But there's a lot of penalties out there at the moment, and Animal Star is on 11 seconds of penalties. How do you get to 11? 2 6s and a 5 of course,
2, 3, and 5, yes.
It's like, how do you get to 11 seconds?
This is what she says, 3 seconds, 2 times, 5 seconds in the pit lane speeding. And when she got 3 seconds, Captain Jack 6 seconds, Red Bat got 3 seconds, and then the racers got 3 seconds, Scott got 3 seconds.
So J-Man's just gone past some back markers there. Sorry, J-Man's just gone past the back marker there of Animal Star, and now out to a 2.8 second lead. He'd be praying that Trenna also gets held up by those back markers a little bit. So say looks like that Alpine is going to be
McLaren.
It was the McLaren of Animal Star.
Yes.
J-Man went past, but Trenna's just gone past an Alpine. How could that be?
Nevertheless, it's got 5 laps to go at the end of the race, and then J-Man already pulled away 3 seconds. Every lap's got 1 second ahead, Jetra. And China's got mediums, and Jerry Boss got 9 seconds away from Destra, and then not much really thing happens, and then in here, and then 2 Haas driver is still under the teamwork, not really close actually.
Yeah, they've broken apart a little bit there. Have the Haas pairing and Wasdog now trying to stay in contact with Frenzy, of course, and maybe these guys they've dropped out of Captain Jack has dropped out of the DRS zone, unfortunately, and they won't be able to work together as a team with the DRS, but he'll still be looking for that drag reduction, of course, and tucking in behind his teammate just in front of him as he tries to pick up the slipstream.
Yes, his band is slowed down a little bit, and then we can see the cars in front of him should be William, just past band, and then because East Coast has got the left car, but actually he comes back into the right track position, allowing the 16. Woodhouse got 3 seconds. Oh, everybody got so many penalties in this track.
Yes, there's a lot of penalties, and it is a punishing track for the penalties. You've got to push it right through to the edge of the track to maximise your speed. But you've got to keep it between the white lines, otherwise there's stewards will be handing out those penalties in both in the virtual and the real world. So we got two sets of stewards, of course, the stewards of the game and then the stewards room in Inter's Discord. If you're not in Inter's Discord, make sure you're getting involved. I'll try to drop a link in the chat just in case anyone should want it at this point in time.
Oh, I see. I don't aware about this one. Two stewards system. One in the Discord, one in the race.
So when you report someone to the stewards, the real stewards, and then the ones in the race handing out those 3 second penalties.
Yes. Understood. All right, makes sense. Okay, Animal keep drawing down this. Oh gosh, what happens to Animal? I don't know what happens to him about this race.
He's in his reserve, of course. First league race. So,
I see.
No problem at all in your first league race to be down a lap. Can take a couple of laps to adjust. It's not the same as quite the same as racing in open lobbies. You might have some speed in the open lobbies, but not in this tight battle league racing that we have here in Inters. And certainly setting up to be a great season. Speaking of great seasons, he didn't get off to the best start, did J-Man, last week, and had a DNF. Of course, he's quite upset about it in the sheds, but doing quite well here and able to currently sitting in the number 1 spot with just 3 laps of racing to go. J-Man, he's got 3.5 second lead over Trenna. Trenna then again in Lonely Land in P2 there on that medium compound of tyre. So he went soft medium while J-Man went for medium soft and able to make that tyre advantage work. Faster tyres at the end of the race where the race is won, of course. See.
Wally, I got some information to you. Is because T Simon getting closest to Jerry Ball. And can you check the lap times for these two guys for the recent lap?
Okay, so T Salmons is 0.7 seconds a lap quicker on the last lap that they did. Let's see what they're like this time they come around.
Yeah, that will be the interesting one because it's 2 laps to go. That will be the final lap. No, maybe not. Maybe yes.
No, it should be.
It's 2 laps to go. It's 2 laps to go actually.
Yeah, 2 laps of racing to go, and that time around, T Salmons was 0.6. Let's call it 0.7 seconds a lap faster. Jerobot behind him. So,
because this is the podium position, in the P3 and P4.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And could be a battle here yet. All it takes is one mistake from a Ferrari driver, of course, and T Salmons will be back on that gearbox. And T Salmons has run wide.
Why?
There for T Salmons,
we talked too much in him. Sorry.
I don't know. He was going past a back marker, and I think he might have been a bit extra cautious there, going around that Alpine. I'm not sure which Alpine that is.
Alpine, William should be.
No, it'd be it was Dan the racer, I think.
No, it should be William. Yiska.
Oh,
yeah.
Erska. But no, it's definitely an Alpine livery. I'm not sure if there's a bit of lag in the game. I know we had it the other night in another league.
Yes.
And P2 somehow managed to get a 5-second penalty for hitting P15 on the first lap, but there was about 8 seconds between them on the track, but P2 got penalised a 5-second penalty for hitting a P15 on track. We still can't figure out how it happened.
Nevertheless, last lap, J-Man.
Last lap, J-Man. Where is he? All the way back up there in front. He's
last sector already.
Now Dom Moore joins he must have felt left out did Don Moore. Everyone else has got penalties on track. I'm going to get one too, says Don Moore, and he picks up a 3-second penalty there for Don Moore. And down into the Big Dipper goes our race leader, of course, J-Man. He gets in the final sector. He'll have the he just cleared the McLaren there of must be Frenzy. He's just cleared. So it looks like J-Man, he's going to take the victory here in Portimao and goes across the line for the win. Let's get on with Trenna as Trenna goes across the line for P2. Animal now picking up another 5-second penalty for unserved penalty. He must have had a drive-through or something. Jerabot now crossing the line in P3. T. Salmons follows him quite closely and got that down to a 1.3-second lead. Bang, about to cross the line now, of course, and then Frenzy will be FTR Veins will be across the line with the Barry's just went across the line there sideways.
Yeah, it's
on my
so
screen. Did you see
messy,
that?
guys. Yes, I saw it.
I hope you didn't see my attempt of doing that on Tuesday night in another league. I was so angry at the end of the race. I tried to do that, and
Yeah.
I actually DNF'd before I went across the line. So I won't be doing it again. But that's it. That's our race over. It is J-Man, our winner. Let's start thinking about driver of the day. What are your thoughts? What are the thoughts of the people out in Twitch? I know there's 17 guys currently watching the channel. If you could let us know what you think or who you think should be driver of the day. I know who I'm thinking of. What about you, Jeneth?
No, every time we pause to do the commentary, you pick it up, and I always agree with you that no problem. You pick it.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me to pick.
I have some candidates in my mind. Yeah.
Okay. List your candidates then. List your candidates.
Okay.
Give me 3. These guys, yeah.
Okay, let me go through the finish for the
Sure.
racing first. As J-Man in the P1, of course. China's in the P2, Straight Report in the P3, T. Simon P4, Ben in the P5, Vance in the P6, Very Dogs in the P7, Captain Jack in the P8, Testra, our man in the P9, Red Bat in the P10, and Zhang Yak in the P11, Feasters in P12, Doomwall in the P13, Thunders in P14, then Racers in P15, Scott P16, our Ferraris TPs, Pesos in P17, and with P18. Great then.
Wow, yeah, amazing racing there by the guys. Well done, and I've grabbed some screenshots for the Battle Cat.
Thank you.
So,
Wednesdays for the driver of the day. All right, we will consider it. Thank you, Michael.
yeah, thanks for your comment there, Michael. Anyone else commenting on? We have Dono commenting on J-Man. I think for driver of the day, but what a drive from the young Aston Martin driver. Things didn't go his way last week, but they've certainly gone his way this week. I'm sure he'll be very happy with his race. J-Man's on my list for driver of the day. Who else would be there?
I try to invite these guys to the interview, see whether I can get everybody here or not.
Sure.
What's that?
Just trying to think now. Who else we could? Let's close that down. Closing there. So it was in the race. So we had sprint race. We had Trenna winning the sprint race. Trenna, J-Man in P2, Jerabot in P3 in the sprint and the race. See T. Salmons. Where did he?
J-Man's in a party?
Yeah, it's great. J-Man's joined us. Let's hope we can get Trina and Gerald in here too. Hopefully, Trina's not changing nappies and is able to join us on the microphone, of course. Trina, P1 in the sprint race and P2 in the main event. You know who else who had quite a good race considering
This
he's
is your garage. As you
qualifying?
play F1, upgrades are split into car
Is
parts
Tetris. So
and team
Tetris
members. Team
finished
members
the
require a contract
sprint
as well as improving your
race.
tech
Where did
level up.
Tetris
Okay, new
finish?
items you've acquired
Tetris finished
appear
the
here.
sprint in P4. I think after qualifying P14, then in the race, unfortunately, he went backwards at the beginning and dropped all the way back down to P14, but managed to get back up to P6. So he's got to be in contention there as well for driver of the day in my eyes. So for the moment, it's J-Man between J-Man and Tetris. What are you thinking?
Uh, gosh.
It's a
J-Man win
hard one.
the yeah, J-Man win.
Yeah.
So I won't pick him.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I will pick either Jerry. Is that on your list?
Oh, the Ferrari driver. Why are you picking the
Yeah,
Ferrari
that's why
driver?
I
Why?
cannot pick. That's what I'm saying. I
Why?
cannot pick it.
Yeah, that's the same. I'm the same with J-Man. So I'm going to go with Tetris actually
Uh,
because things didn't go his way. He
yeah.
didn't have the best qualifying. He
Okay.
had a great sprint race. Then after the sprint race, he started in P4, I believe,
Yeah.
in the main event. Yeah, he started in P4 for the main event and got knocked down. Basically, I think to P14 or 15, but he's driven all the way back up then to P4, and it's Tetris. Tetris. I'll have to give the driver of the day to Tetris. What
Okay.
about you?
All right. So we are allowing J-Man in com box already. We can have an interview with the winner. How's
Yeah,
it
why
going?
not? If the others mightn't be able to join us, if you want to take it away there with J-Man, I'll try to get the rest of them
No, no, no. You take it
into.
away. You take it away. You'll be better.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay, no problem. J-Man, things didn't go your way last week, but they certainly did this week. Tell us about your qualifying in the wet, first of all.
Yeah, well, it was a interesting challenge. I did a lot of practice in Portugal dry, and I was like, all right, I'm set to go. And then it just goes wet, and I'm like, oh no. And but thankfully, I was able to put a solid lap together for third place. I was surprised that was able to get me to third, but obviously Treno must have been running some higher wings because he got pole by quite a comfortable margin. But yeah, I was very happy with how that went after last week. I was bogged down in the midfield, so it was good to be right up at the front. Gave me a lot better chance during the race.
Yeah, commanding race. You seem to have as well, toughing it out on the medium compound and then going for the softer tire option at the end of the race. Is that something you usually take into consideration?
Yeah, well, I usually always like to start the race on the medium tire. I think it's just I feel more comfortable on off the start. I was a little bit nervous when I saw everyone else in the top five had started on the soft, so my game plan was just hold position, try and stay as close to Trenner as I could, and it turned out that that was actually the decision that won me the race because once I was able to get on the softs, I felt really quick. Was able to pull in about 5 or 6 seconds to Trenner and get through and then never look back. But I also got to say, Trenner raced absolutely brilliantly today in the sprint race in particular, and then in the main race as well. It was just a lot of respect there. Never had an
Yeah,
incident. We went side by side quite a few times
yeah. We watched
throughout the evening.
we
So
watched that
yeah, he
on
did
on
really well.
stream, and you guys were going side by side through corner one, two, three, and then Treno got ahead there on turn four. But great, respectful wheel to wheel racing, really, without making any contact at all. So, big commendment for both of you for keeping it so clean. And being your Aston Martin team principal, I'm delighted and excited to see you not having the weekend you had last week in Barcelona and having a much better one this week in the Mediterranean country, of course, of Portugal, up here in the mountains in Portimao. What a race. Over to you, young Jenneth. Any questions for our race winner?
Yes, just one question to you, James. Congratulations about the wins today. And how do you feel about the soft combos of the last few laps after you came into the safety cars? Sorry, into the pit lane after the pit lane. How you feel about the
Oh
soft
yeah,
combo?
yeah. I just felt amazing as soon as I came out of the pits. Obviously came out around about 5 seconds behind, and I thought
Yeah.
that was a gap that I maybe was able to pull in, but as soon as I got a couple of laps on him and I was pulling in the amount of time I was able to, felt like I had a chance, and then I was sort of just pretending that the tire wear didn't exist. I didn't want to open it to see how bad it was getting, but thankfully they were able to hold me, pull me through to the end, and yeah, I think as I said before, that's probably what won me the race, the soft tires stint at the end.
Yes, it's lovely. It's good. To be honest, is we are here in the campus. We discuss about these issues, and then you see you keep driving this 1 point something seconds furthest apart from China's at the P1, and then we can see you can catch him, and at the end you catch him about 5 6 seconds at the end of the race. So congratulations about the wins today in Portugal.
Thank you very much, you guys.
All right, thank you very much. And then we have another driver. We go for the P2 again. China?
Do you want to jump? Do you want to jump to
Three.
P3 with
Okay, sorry. Ferrari. Jeroboam.
Jerabot? P3. How you going?
Hi, my teammate. How's it going?
Is this your first time in the complex? Ah, first P. Yeah, that's right. You had a good race last week, but you couldn't join us in the complex. Tell us about your first of all qualifying in those wet conditions. Uh, how did it go? Yeah. Well, yeah, I believe our P2 getter, Trenner, he has a lot of experience with the younger generation lately, so he'll be able to give you some great advice in
An
the next moment or
icon of
two. Will
F1,
be will be
Scuderia
Trenner, but
Ferrari have
and then onto the sprint race, of course, after qualifying. How did that go? Well, mate, if you're sitting in, nothing wrong with sitting in P for both the sprint and the main race in your first venture out in league racing. I'm just going to quickly bring up drivers' standings. Let's see where we sit um, after 1 week or sorry, after 2 weeks of racing. Of course, this is not official, but let me see if I can. If you want to take it away there, Jonathan, and I'll see if I can
Yes,
get up some
just one
data in the
statement.
background.
Yeah, just one statement is not a question, Jerry Boss, because actually I saw you driving very good today. I want to pick you up as the driver of the day, but however, I'm the teammate of you, so I cannot pick you. And congratulations to you, Jerry Boss. No problem. Yes, yes. You enjoy about the evening, and then you have look about the streaming later on, see what's going on. You post a little bit. And how's your preparation for the next week? To be honest. Yeah, yeah. Lovely,
So
lovely, lovely.
you're gonna be away from the PlayStation till next week. Cool.
I
get
see.
some
I
laps
see.
in. I just brought up that a standings table at the moment, and this is of course is nothing official, as the stewards haven't had their say on the race as yet. But currently, you'd be sitting in P2,
Wow.
but on the same points as Trenna, sitting
Wow.
in P1, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, so I could be some.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, it's very early days yet, but looking like you guys are leading J-Man in the championship at the moment. Two of you on equal points, but Trenna having won second place, and you having two third places gives Trenna the advantage, both sitting on equal points at the moment.
All right. Thank you, Jerry Bob. And then we have to do another interview with your competitor now, and who is yeah, sure. You can keep here. All right. It's China.
Trenna,
Hey
Mr.
boys, how we
Trenna,
going?
P2. How's it feel to be the bridesmaid on the track this week?
I thought I was going to be the main event after the sprint, but yeah, Jamie just got the strategy right, going the mediums first, and then flew home on the softs. Uh, I think I saw the writing on the wall pretty early. I tried to go longer on the softs to give myself better mediums in the second stint to try and combat it, but I just kind of didn't didn't think it was going to fall away as much as it did on the mediums. But yeah, J-Man, congrats. Really good race. And as you said before, really clean racing and clean battles. So yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah, when I seen you pitting and going for that a undercut, I was, as the Aston Martin and TP, I was a little bit worried for J-Man, and thought he might have made the wrong decision. Even when he came out, I believe it was 7.8 seconds behind you when he pitted. So you on the fresher medium compound tire after your pit stop, it looked like you were really taking advantage of that, and I was really worried that J-Man would be able to pull you in, but he did manage it. Fair play to him. So Trina, tell us about the qualifying session in the wet.
Oh, that was great fun. I haven't gone that quick in the wet in a while, but yeah, I think I just had a setup that was probably a bit more downforce than most.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't check the forecast once it was changed to a sprint. I thought it was just going to be wet in the quali and race, so I went kind of a pretty high downforce setup, um, but yeah, kind of left myself, I think, a few Ks down the straight in the garage, but no, it was all good. It was good fun in quali though. Hopefully it rains every week.
Yeah, I like a bit. I
I
like
don't
I
looking
like
for it,
a
bring me. Sorry.
I like a wet track myself. It's quite the challenge. It brings a different aspect to the game and setup and whatnot. But
Yeah, I think once you just get into the groove in the wet, like you just
yeah,
first lap's usually a bit tentative, and then you start just kind of finding out where you can kind of just put the foot down a little bit more,
yeah,
and then you kind of
run
just
some
pick up
higher
pace as you go.
higher pressures in the tires to begin with, and you don't push on that first lap. Maybe even in the second lap, don't push too hard, and then go for it on the third. I think I even seen you putting in 4 laps in a row in the wet tires. Is that correct?
Yeah, I kept on wanting to come in, but then I kept on improving, so I was like, well, I'm gonna finish this lap then, and just
Yeah,
kept going.
yeah,
And then I was like, oh, I better come back in on the inters because everyone else started to kind of put some good times in. But then, yeah, I was able to just kind of put myself back up on top.
yeah.
And yeah, that sprint race was yeah, really good fun with J-Man. Just really close battles, both of us on the softs. Yeah, that was really good fun.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys might enjoy watching back on the stream, and some tremendous battles there happening out on track. Over to you, Jeneth.
Oh yes, China is really good race, and then Vadis and I is looking really exciting in the combos today. And then actually, I think if you two guys, J-Man and yourself, is going to be the soft medium compound together, that would be more exciting for us to watching it is because
we'll have to. I'll get in conference with the AlphaTauri team next week before the race starts, and we'll maybe pick a more interesting strategy for both.
Yeah, we'll try and
yes,
align this. We'll try and align the strategies for the fans next week.
I
See
see.
how we go.
Yeah, that's very important about the strategy. I believe that it's just can we change a little bit vice versa, and then who battle, and then we can see what's happening in the next race. So that is what I want to ask you. Is really good race today.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what I
hopefully,
think.
hopefully the season should be a good one. I mean,
Yes,
last
yes.
week there were two different people up top,
Yeah.
and then this week two different people. So hopefully it should be a good season.
Lovely. Good talk to you, and congratulations on the podium and the P2 today. And hope you have enjoyed your weekend and holiday whatsoever, and a good evening.
Cheers, boys.
Thank
See you,
you.
Trevor.
Anything you want to add in before we finish the comms today, buddy?
No, I'm all good, Jennifer. I've run out of breath and words after watching that tremendous race around the Portimao and the big dips that it goes through. But it's a good night from me.
All right, thank you, and thank you very much about the Inter Racing League, season 6, tier 3 in Portuguese.